Shalom. I want to give all praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Al-Akyam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. And today I'm going to go in on Isaiah 47. This is a heavy chapter going into going in hard on Babylon, which is America spiritually, according to the Bible, if you have eyes to see. Okay? Excuse me. I'm going to start at the top. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, where thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." All right, and remember, the Lord put the spirit on these Edomites when they started this country. It was discovered by Amerigo Vespucci. Right? I'm sorry, it was named after Amerigo Vespucci. I believe he was an Italian explorer, is how they list him. But he was. This is what this place is named after Amerigo Vespucci. But they put the spirit, Yahweh put the spirit on the Edomites to call it America, the feminine version of Amerigo, okay? And it's why? Because so it could fit prophecy. That's why it's called the virgin daughter of Babylon. And then it says the daughter of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were associated with witchcraft and sorcery. And that's what Babylon America is known for. It's witchcraft and sorcery. Okay. Let me get Psalm 137 and start at 7. And this shows you it's talking about Edomites, because Edomites would be ruling in the modern Babylon. This is not talking about ancient Babylon, which was ruled by the Babylonians, the ancient Babylonians. Edom is the so-called white man. So when you read this, it ties it in with the daughter of Babylon, okay? Because a lot of people will say, oh, well, Iraq is Babylon. No, that's where ancient Babylon was. But this is the daughter of Babylon. See, the phone had a chime on that. It says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon," in Isaiah 47. So I'm going to read number 7. It says, 137 and 7 Psalms. "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom," which is the so-called white man, "in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." And raise it means destroy it. The Edomites were cheering on the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, right? It says in verse 8, "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." Okay? So, Babylon is going to be destroyed according to Bible prophecy. And we know that, these countries have nuclear technology, right? How can you destroy a whole city? Is with nuclear missiles, okay? So that's Edom is cheering it on, right? The daughter of Babylon. And then we're going to go back to Isaiah 47. It says in verse 2, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." Okay, and what it is this place is being exposed to who it is, who America represents in the Bible, and the answer is the daughter of Babylon, or spiritual Egypt. It actually has many titles spiritually, okay? But this place is going to be exposed, and it's going to be revealed. And the Lord put the Spirit on His men, the servants, the prophets, to reveal, who is the daughter of Babylon, and who is going to be destroyed. Right? It says here in verse 3. I'll start 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or what that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God," or he is the Most High. All right, and the so-called white man is the one who done this. Okay, he's set himself up as God, and also the Son of God. That's why you have Cracker Jesus, and he did that during the time of the Renaissance. He also did it in times past. He did it during the Ptolemy dynasty in Egypt, Serapis Christos, right? For those of you who know history on that. And we go back to Isaiah. But the point in that I wanted to make in that chapter, it says, verse 3, let's read it again. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And that's why it says in Isaiah 47, it says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, the shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." And I should have read 2. "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, and make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers." Okay, so this is him being revealed. We're making the leg bare, we're uncovering the thigh, the nakedness, right? He's being exposed. When you're naked, you're exposed. And it also says in Isaiah 47, "I will take vengeance," in verse 3 at the bottom, "I will take vengeance, I will not meet thee as a man," because Yahweh Shai is going to come back to make war with this place, right? It tells you that. Matthew 10:34, it says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Okay, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. But he's telling you he's not coming for peace. He's coming with a sword, which a sword, it represents war. Okay. Yahweh Shai is coming in the clouds with great glory, right? It tells you that in Matthew 24. It tells you in Isaiah 66 and 15 that Yahweh Shai, it says, "For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh." And plead means judge. "And the slain of Yahweh shall be many." Okay? So he's coming back with his chariots, with those so-called UFOs, with the clouds, which he make it the cloud his chariot. It tells you in Matthew 24 that he comes back, Yahweh Shai is coming back with, with the clouds and with great glory, right, and power. So Isaiah 47, he says he's not going to meet thee as a man, because he already did that. Yahweh Shai already came during the time of the Romans and met you as a man. But now he's going to have that spiritual body that he received, right? The first one resurrected with that new body. You see? And he's not going to meet you as a man. He's going to be that angelic spirit, that celestial being, which is going to wage war with the Chaldeans, aka the Babylonians, aka the American Empire, right? Verse 4, as for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, daughter of witchcraft, daughter of sorcery, daughter of Babylon, right? AKA all this is, pointing towards Babylon, America. It says, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms, right? They call her the America the Beautiful. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand, because you have taken the Israelites, both the northern and southern kingdom, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, where we grow up here in Babylon, America, and we've been raised up polluted. And why? Because we were polluted by all the philosophies, all the false doctrines, that we've been taught. As a punishment, the Most High Yahweh put us here. You had the so-called Latin, Hispanic, Native American tribes who were here before the Europeans, and then the Lord he brought the the Europeans to the Americas during the time of Columbus, Christopher Columbus, and also like the men like Cortez, who came to the Americas and slaughtered the people that were here already, which were Israelites. Okay. And we were forced to accept the religions of the heathen. And that pollutes our people. It pollutes our mind. And you still have our people who are walking around with a polluted mindset, because they think their savior is a so-called white man and they call him Jesus, right? Which that's not it. That's not the truth at all. The Most High's name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. They're Hebrew names, and Hebrew is our native tongue. It says, and given them into the hand in thine hand, because Yahweh, he allowed you heathen to rule over us. It says, thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Yeah, and to this day, they're not showing us mercy. Just look at what the organization they call ICE. Look what they're doing to the so-called Mexicans predominantly, which are of the tribe of Issachar, part of the northern kingdom Israelites. Verse 7, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Right. America, that's the attitude of the Americans. They think that this place is going to continue forever. They think that their military is so strong and powerful that they have no threats, outside threats. But they don't understand the scriptures. Well, the elite do. They understand that there is going to be a so-called, what you call alien invasion, but it's going to be the invasion of Yahweh Shai and the angels. And also Michael the Archangel, right, tells you that he's going to be part of that that heavenly host. And the word host, it means army. Okay. Let's see. What was I going to grab? Well, it slipped my mind. Oh, it's all right. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to grab. Psalm 49:11, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Okay? And this is what it is, man. You call your lands after your own names. What the heck is going on there? Oh shit.